Hey everybody, and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly forecast. My name is Terence. The week begins on Monday, October the 16th, 2023. 2 days ago, we had a new moon solar eclipse, and the general rule of thumb is the week before the eclipse and the week after the eclipse, so this week, it's best not to launch important new projects because the eclipse is a darkening of the light. So there's hidden information that would be detrimental sometimes if you're making commitments or promises, signing contracts, launching major new projects, but you don't have all the information. Now, on Monday, the 16th, the moon that sets the public tone is in Scorpio. Moon in Scorpio is this probing, deep, all or nothing, passionate energies. It will be in opposition, which is about interacting with others, with expansive, lucky Jupiter. This is actually happening from around 4 to 6 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. This could trigger a lot of optimism, hopefulness as you're starting the new work week. All things Jupiter could be very favorable, from traveling, making travel plans, education, publishing, marketing. Tuesday on the 17th, the moon continues in intense, passionate Scorpio. It's going to be in harmony with Pluto. Pluto is the ruling planet of Scorpio. Pluto represents the underworld and the mysteries of life. And the moon will be in harmony with Pluto from about 8 to 10 a.m. Pacific time. This is ideal for counseling, for probing deep, having profound conversations. However, the moon goes void, of course, as I talk about every week, from 8:44 a.m. to 12:37 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Again, when the moon goes void, the moon changes signs every 2.5 days. But when the moon is no longer making aspects to other planets before it changes signs, this is the void of course period, meaning the energy is unproductive and flat, and advised also not to make important new decisions, launch important projects during the void of course period. It's good for sticking with the routine. It's good for meditation, introspection, but going forward out into the world, best not to do it during the moon void of course. So by 12:37 p.m. Pacific time, the moon will enter into Sagittarius. Sagittarius is very enthusiastic, it's outward, it's extroverted, very different when the moon is in Scorpio. There's more of a privacy, more of a brooding, more of this intense inner life. And then that's for the general public. And then when the moon once a month goes into Sagittarius, it's more adventurous, it's more enthusiastic, it's this ball of energies. However, the moon, when it goes into Sagittarius, is going to form a hard, challenging aspect to restricted Saturn from about 2-3 p.m. mid-afternoon Pacific time. That can bring in emotional worries, emotional separation. You might be feeling lonely, or in general, you might be too worried to make, to start moving forwards with all that fiery Sagittarius energy, because you're still maybe locked in and worried. But it's only mid-afternoon Pacific time. Wednesday, the moon continues in Sagittarius, there's no other planetary events. The moon's not making any aspects to other planets, which makes for a calmer day. And it can bring out the best of Sagittarius, adventurous and enthusiastic, very extroverted energies. On Thursday, the moon continues in Sagittarius. By noon Pacific time, the moon will be in harmony with the sun. That's always when feelings and emotions are running more smoothly. However, the moon goes void, of course, again. You'll go some weeks and you hardly see it happening at all. In other weeks, it seems to be quite a lot. So on Thursday, the moon will be void, of course, from 12:03 p.m. Pacific time until 6:56 p.m. Pacific time, at which point the moon leaves Sagittarius and goes into Capricorn. Capricorn is more controlled, more pragmatic, more business-minded. So with that, Sagittarius, more of compelling the free spirit. When the moon's in Capricorn once a month, it's about, we got to get the job done. We have responsibilities. Much can be accomplished. By midday Pacific time, Mercury, communication discerning Mercury, will be crossing over the sun, where the sun is really putting a spotlight on Mercury. Now, the sun and Mercury are in Libra, so all this conversation of Mercury, decisions, brainstorming of Mercury could be in the realm of Libra, marriage, partnerships, contracts. Not during the moon void, of course, but after 6:56 p.m. Pacific time, this would be favorable for any type of negotiations, signing contracts. Now, Friday, the moon continuing in Capricorn, the first part of the day, maybe up till noon, that Mercury is still being impacted by the sun. So this is, for most people, it's going to be the early part of Friday. That's best for negotiations and signing contracts, having conversations of a win-win situation. Mid-afternoon, Mercury will then move on past the sun and will start being in a hard angle to Pluto. Mercury-Pluto can be this really compulsive energies. Now, this can be favorable if you're trying to convince and persuade somebody of your point of view. Pluto rules the unconscious, the underworld, things that are hidden, the mind, Mercury, what you're interested in. This can be very favorable for studying, for researching, for counseling. Early in the mid-afternoon, with all that intense probing, investigative Mercury-Pluto energies, the moon in Capricorn will be in harmony with the two great benefic planets of Venus and Jupiter. Mid-afternoon Pacific time. Very favorable for socializing, for relationships, for entertainment, for creative projects. Saturday, as the moon continues in Capricorn, the sun will now be in a hard angle to Pluto, where Mercury was there on Friday to the Pluto. Saturday, the sun is to the Pluto, continuing to really pull you into the mysteries of life, ideal for studying the occult, psychology, astrology. And the moon in Capricorn will be in harmony with idealistic, dreamy, creative Neptune. But Neptune can also be this intuitive spiritual energy, mid-afternoon Pacific time. The moon, Neptune, can sometimes be a little bit too fantasy prone and dreamy. Great for the arts, great for escaping in music and entertainment. Fortunately, when the moon's in Capricorn, it keeps you more grounded and realistic about these creative, idealistic Neptune pursuits. Now, midday on Saturday, pleasure-seeking Venus will be in harmony with Jupiter. And we're going into this Saturday evening. This is about indulgence, abundance. It's just all your pleasure-seeking Venus energies is feeling really expansive and optimistic with Jupiter. It's great for attending a party, a concert, entertainment, but also romance, or just really enjoying your friends at a party. Sunday, the moon, we enter the day, and now the moon is in Aquarius, where Capricorn is very pragmatic and realistic. Those 2.5 days with the moon in Aquarius, it's more progressive, it's more futuristic, it's very innovative, it's a bit quirky, and discerning communication Mercury will be in harmony with business pragmatic Saturn. So where Saturday can be so pleasurable and enjoying life, Sunday, you're starting to really think about business, achieving your goals. It's actually an excellent day for any kind of business meetings, business decisions. Just emotionally, mentally, you're going to be feeling more secure, more grounded. I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next week with my next segment. Until then, be safe and well.